Hey, y'all, it's your favorite Unc. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to Nightcap YouTube channel so you never miss a single live stream or video of myself, Ocho, and Gil. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you. The hang on and beat the Pelicans 94-92, and it was their MVP candidate again. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with a three-point play that put him up, and then Chad Holmgren hit a free throw, made one of two, put him up two, and CJ got the ball knocked away, got a shot up, but it didn't look like it was close to going in from the back. And so they hold on to win and keep home court as they win 94-92. Watching this ball game, lead change, 10-point lead, 9-point lead, looked like OKC was in control of the game, but the Pelicans come storming back, take a lead briefly, but the Thunder would not go away. That's a very scrappy team, and for a team to be so young, they find ways to win ball games late in the ball game. What did you like about what you saw, Ocho?
Man, I like Shai. Obviously, being an MVP candidate, games like this is when you have to step up and play like an MVP. Obviously, he was 11 for 24. The lead changes, obviously, the game of basketball being a game of runs, and that's exactly what this game did. The lead continued to change back and forth between the Pels and the Thunder, but Shai coming up big. Chet, is it Chet? I want to say his name right. Is it
Chet Holmgren.
Holmgren,
yeah.
Listen, played well too. Man, brother really tall, man.
Oh, yeah.
Brother really tall. He played very well as well. I like it. I like it. I enjoyed the game. Obviously, for me, Unc, I'm not much of a basketball fan, but watching these games and getting a little bit more into it for me has been very, very exciting, and learning the game on the fly and on the run as I am now. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Well, you have to give the Thunder credit because they did a great job on Brandon Ingram. They made it tough for him all night. They challenged him. They got up under him. They contested every shot. He could seem to never get a rhythm. But the turnovers late really hurt the Pelicans. I thought they had an opportunity. They get a rebound, and Larry Nance Jr. throw the ball out of bounds. They get another rebound, and then they turn it over. They let the Thunder poke the ball out from the back, and they give that up. Brandon Ingram get a shot. He gets a one-on-one on Lou Dort, and he gets an offensive foul call. It was just so many things down, and you would thought this was something that the Thunder would do.
Right.
I didn't kind of expect the Pels to melt down like they did, but give the Thunder credit because they made the plays when they had to make it. Because they could have easily folded 10, got depressed. Man, we had a 10-point lead. Here we are late in the ball game, but they held it together. They got the ball to their best player, Shai, and he did an unbelievable job. He got the and one. He made the shot, and that's what you have to have. Your stars have to come up big. And tonight, the Pels' best player, Brandon Ingram, obviously with Zion being out, you're relying heavily on him. 5 of 17, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. He only got to the free throw line twice.
Right.
That's not good enough. You get 21 from Trey Murphy, 8 of 18. You get 9 of 22 from CJ, 20 points. You need Brand BI needs to be in that 20-point range. I thought Valanciunas did a great job on the glass, 13 with 20 boards. He had 9 offensive rebounds. That gives you an opportunity to get a lot of second chance points, but give the Thunder credit. They held serve at home. The one thing that you don't want to do is lose game one on your home court because now the team feels really good. So they've stolen the game. And so give the Thunder credit. They played well down the stretch, played well enough to win the ball game. This was a game I thought the Pels could have won and probably should have won. But if they want to have an opportunity to win this series, Brandon Ingram is going to have to play better than what he played tonight.
I mean, so obviously Brandon Ingram is going to have to play better in the situation. Do you think the outcome of the game changes if Zion played tonight?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, we know what Zion is. Right. I mean, he's a guy that can go get you a double-double. They have no answer for him. They have no answer. They don't have anybody that can put a body on him and keep him from getting to the paint. Right. Man, you see how he was going through AD. He was going through Rui. He was going past LeBron. The Thunder don't have anybody that can neutralize that. But probably not going to be back in this series. So you're not thinking about having him. You're not even thinking about him because they say 2 weeks. Hamstring. And when you got to do certain bursts, that thing grab. So you're going to err on the side of caution because you don't want him to rip it off the bone. So, by all intents and purposes, he's not playing in this series. And so you need to frame your mind what we have in this locker room, that dress and Pels gear.
We got to win with that.
That's what we're going to have to win with. Brandon Ingram's going to have to play better than what he played. I know Herb Jones is better than what he gave. He only gave you 8 points tonight. They only got 13 points off the bench. Alvarado normally gives them a little more than what he gave them. Take that back. They had 18 points off the bench. Larry Nance had some big time rebounds. Like I said, he had 8 rebounds. Didn't play a whole lot played less than 20 minutes. But the opportunities that they squandered, like I said, 3 turnovers. You got the ball in your hands, and Larry Nance throw the ball out of bounds. There's CJ standing right in front of him, and he throws it to a guy that has his back turned that's damn near out of bounds when he threw it to him.
Right.
And so just the turnovers late in the ball game, and that's the focus. I'm sure Willie Green says, hey, this is a game we could have won. We probably should have won.
Right.
Let's come out there with that same focus, that same mindset, clean some of the things up, and we'll be okay. But the Thunder hang on and get a hard-fought victory, 94-92. You have to be pleased with this because this is a game that could have swung the other way, but the Thunder have found a way to win the ball game. Kawhi Leonard missed the Clippers season opener against the Mavericks on Sunday due to knee inflammation, but the Clippers won anyway. The Clippers managed to do just fine without him in game 1, never trailing in the ball game, leading by as many as 29 points, thanks to James Harden and Paul George, who combined for 50. Zubac added a career-high playoff high, 20 points, also added 15 rebounds. Now, if you tell me the Beard, you notice I didn't say James Harden. See, they don't want James Harden to show up. They want the Beard to show up.
Right.
If James Harden show up, you going home. As long as the Beard shows up and plays like this, he was aggressive. He was looking for a shot, but he wasn't too aggressive that he made other players get out of theirs. I love what Ty Lue did early. Ty Lue said, man, y'all ain't got nobody big enough to deal with Big Zoob down low. If you notice, they went to Big Zoob early. That's what they normally do with an Anthony Davis. That's what they normally do with a Joel Embiid or one of these other big guys. But he's like, man, Daniel Gafford, you too light in the backside, bro. You ain't got enough bricks in your back pocket. And Zubac did a number on him early in the ball game. So now we got to send double. We got to send help, okay? In the process of you sending help, now you're going to leave these shooters open. And they made them pay. But I thought Beard played really well. PG got it going in the fourth quarter. But they knocked down shots, and that's what you have. Terrence Mann knocked down some big shots. There had guys that knocked down big shots. What were they? 50% from the three-point line, Ocho. 18 of 36, 11 of 13 from the foul line. Obviously, they're a jump shooting team, with the exception of, like I said, the only guy that really posts up is Zubac, because Ty Lue felt that they had an advantage with size inside.
Well, hell, goddamn, the Clippers bench outscored the Mavs damn near 20-10. You got James Harden playing out his mind. Kawhi is out with injury. Paul George played well, and obviously Zubac is a mismatch for really basically damn near everybody the Mavs have. Basically,
Gafford is not big enough.
Not big enough.
I like Lively the second. He's small, but he's very athletic. But what's going to have to happen? I already know what I'm going to get from Kawhi and Luka
when he comes back.
I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get somewhere around 55 to 65 points on a nightly basis.
Right.
What are those other guys going to do? Daniel Jones played 18 minutes, gave me 0 points. Daniel Gafford played 14 minutes, gave me 3 points. PJ Washington, he gave me 11. He normally gives me, probably about 15. I could have used that. But then what did Kleber? 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He gave me 3 points. Tim Hardaway Jr. gave me 6 points. Lively gave me 3 points. That's not good enough. But those other guys, because look at it. Paul George had 22. Zubac had 20. The Beard had 28. Terrence Mann had 13. Russ came off the bench and gave you 13. You see the balance scoring? Because see, now I'm looking at it. I already know what Kyrie and Luka's going to do. You can see that. None of you other guys are going to do anything.
They got to step up. Hell, the first half, the Mavs had the worst offense in the first half, and obviously in they playoff history. So if you got to have your supporting cast show up, so Luka and damn Kyrie don't have to be Superman.
Right.
If they don't have to be Superman, everybody else shows up to play ball. they're going to be fine. I still think, obviously, the Clippers have an edge and have an advantage once Kawhi comes back. I like the big three as opposed to their two-headed monster over in Dallas. So if Beard continues to play consistent and shows up, not being James Harden, but shows up being the Beard and playing consistent basketball, I think they have a chance to go pretty damn far in the damn playoffs.
Yeah, you look at them, they shot less than 39% from the field. The Mavericks did. They shot 30% from the three-point line. And that's the thing, because I'm counting on Luka, like I said, 55, somewhere between 55 and 65 on a nightly basis. Can I get from my other starters, can I get 40? And then can I get another 10, 15 from my bench? Ooh. I don't think that's asking too much.
40?
Yeah, 40 from the other three. That's only 13 points. I mean, PJ Washington, what was PJ Washington? What did he average for the season? I think he averaged about 15.
Well, they got to be on fire, and it's playoff time. It's playoff time too. So most of the players don't have the confidence to be able to pull the trigger on those shots.
That's why they traded for him.
Let that green light go. It's different. Everybody don't have the green light to just pull it.
Finally, Luka has someone that can tag team along with him.
Yeah,
Kyrie. He's never had that player. He had it for 1 year. He had Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
We see what Jalen Brunson is doing with his own team in the Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
Now he has a guy in Kyrie, skill beyond skill, 3-level, 3 mid-range, the best finisher. He's the best small person finisher in the history of the league. He's one of the best finishers ever. Either hand, got English up and under, dipsy dude, mid-range. Like I said, you foul him, he go to the foul line. He's going to make 90% of those shots.
Right.
Luka's going to be Luka. He averaged 34, gave you 9 and 9. He scored or assisted more points, total points, than anybody in NBA history.
Right.
So we know what he's going to do. Well, except Wilt. we don't put Wilt in any equation, but we know what Luka they're going to do. But they need PJ Washington. What is PJ? Oh, okay. Ash is looking at 13. So he averaged 13. So he gave you 2. What about Daniel Jones? What did he normally give you? Because they got to get either or Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to have to give you better production off the bench. Yeah, somebody's going to have to come along with Luka and Kyrie, because that's not enough. 2 men are not going to be the team, because that's what the Clippers have, and they play great team ball. Look, Luka's going to get him, but you got to make him get it inefficiently. 11 of 26, 4 of 12. Yeah, he had 33, but it took him 33 shots to get it. I can live with that. I just don't want him to get 33 on 15, 16 shots.
Right.
But I also don't want him. Guess what? And I made him a scorer. He only had 6 assists. See, what Luka gets you is that you allow him to get 35, 40, and he has 13, 15 assists. So not only is he getting his, he's allowing other people to get theirs. So if y'all want to play 2-man basketball, if y'all want to go out there and score 65, 70, have at it. But them other 3 and the rest of them ain't getting nothing. And that's the way Ty Lue's going to approach it. Look, we're going to we can't stop them. We can't deal with them. But let's not let anybody else go crazy. Clippers look good.
They're gonna have, and you know what, that got to be difficult too. And I think about it, I don't know how. I'm thinking about football and coming off the bench and how difficult it is to get into a rhythm or a flow in the game. And think about Tim Hardaway Jr. having to come off the bench, or the bench players in general having to come off the bench and actually it's goddamn difficult to get in the goddamn rhythm.
No, because that's what you do. It's not like you all of a sudden, Ocho, you're a starter. That's what you do. Now, if all of a sudden they say, well, Ocho, we need you to, we're going to hold you out the first 2 series. Right. Now you would have a compelling argument, because that's not what you normally does. This is what Tim Hardaway does. He comes off the bench.
Right. Damn.
There's no excuse, because you're in the exact same role you've always been in.
Right.
Everybody, and that's the thing. That's what you have to do. You have to, and that's what the playoff does. The playoff forces you to at least be who you are. Now, the greats take their play up. They normally increase their points, increase their rebounds or assists. That's what the greats do. We just need, or the team just need, their role players to do the role what they would normally do.
So you think they have a chance as far as the role players, off the bench in game 2?
If they play like they normally play, this was one of the most clutch teams.
Right.
Clutch last 5 minutes of the ball game within 5 points. That's what clutch is defined as in NBA terms. This was the best, if I'm not mistaken, this was the best clutch team. You can understand why. They got Luka, they got Kyrie.
Yeah.
They put you in the pick and roll. Now they can lob it to Gafford. They can lob it to Lively. So, yeah, I expect the Mavericks to play better. I don't think they're going to go another quarter where they just score 8 points. They scored 8 points in the second quarter, Ocho. Yeah. So that kind of doomed them, and they were fighting an uphill battle from that point on.
Right.
You score 8 points in a quarter, and you allow a team to have a 26, 27-point lead. Now, you saw Kyrie got it going in the third.
Right.
I think he'll probably try to insert himself a little earlier because Luka got it going early. Kyrie kind of took a back seat, and then Luka went away in the second, but Kyrie didn't get it going to the third. So they let too much separation get between them and the Clips before they were able to try to put a dent in it. And they only got, I think they cut it down at one point. Not the final score. The final score is 12. Yes, it's 12. But I think at one point in time, I think with 8 minutes, I think they got it like 14 or 16. Right. But that was really as close as their guy. But PJ, Daniel Jones, Daniel Gafford, Hardaway Jr., they're going to have to play a lot better. I don't know what happened to Kleber's shot. I mean, he was throwing up bricks left and right. I mean, he wasn't even hitting the rim on those three he was taking.
Right. Hey, playoff basketball, baby. It make a fool of it. It make a fool of us all.